What is up, YouTube? It is Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for a special video today. As I mentioned previously, we do lawn care here, but I had mentioned that me and my wife had invested in a Blackstone griddle, not a grill, a griddle. I want to make sure, I know I'm going to screw that up in this video, but bear with me. So today I just want to go over, we're going to cook some simple hot dogs on the griddle here, but I want to go over what I purchased, how you may be interested, answer some questions. But I first want to start off this video much like I do similarly in my lawn care videos, which is I am not an expert. I'm a DIYer. I'm a do-it-yourselfer in the lawn and with Blackstone. I am learning as I go. I did not do a ton of research before purchasing this. Matter of fact, I thought it was very similar to a grill. And then talking to some church members, they said there's a very specific way you need to treat this, you know, and season it and all of that. I'm new to all of this, guys, so I want to be upfront and transparent. So if my terminology is not always spot on, please forgive me. But this is a honest, average guy here in Central North Carolina, my review of the 36-inch Blackstone griddle, having it now for a month. So if you do wind up being interested in this, I would challenge you to go down into the description below. We will have some links to different types of griddles. Blackstone does make several different types. So before I came out here, we actually purchased ours on Blackstone's official website, but you can go to something like Amazon and there is a host of options on Amazon. So we got one of the probably most extreme packages. It's the 36-inch big one. We'll uncover it here in a second before we start to turn on the propane and do our cook. But it is one of the biggest ones, and it came with the bundle with a bunch of accessories. However, you do not have to purchase that one. If you go to Amazon, you can see there's a lot of covers and you want to be careful, but here is the 28-inch, which is smaller than mine, with the cover, on wheels, on a stand for $384. And maybe I'll put these to the side over here so you can see them better. Here's one without the cover. If you plan on rolling it into a shed or it's under, you know, some type of covering, for $399. It's a 36-inch without the hood and without the cover. Then you got with no wheels, no legs, $219, which is a 22-inch tabletop with a cover. There's so many different options, and we will list many of these in the description below. If you would be so kind and you're interested and you want to look at these and possibly purchase one, we would love for you to use the links below. So again, as I take this off, I'm going to just kind of talk as I do this. I'm going to swing you guys around a little bit. We have purchased this, I want to say in December. It came, we put it together, wasn't too difficult. Me and my wife did it together. And we have been using this thing, man, ever since we've had it. We're going at least once or twice a week using it. We've been without a grill now for about 2 or 3 years. We had a normal propane grill, char grill from Lowe's, I think is what we had. It sits out here. And number one, the cover, let me turn you guys back around. I just want to review this because the cover of this Blackstone that it came with the accessory kit we got, this thing is quality. It is heavy duty. It is not thin. It is very thick. You simply put it on top and it has straps on the side to keep everything together. This thing feels great. We just had winter storms here in Central North Carolina, which we don't normally get, and it did just fine. And obviously, when we're talking about a griddle, something I had to learn in the beginning, moisture is your enemy when you're talking about this iron griddle here. So we want to make sure that we don't have a cheapo, what I would say, a cheapo cover that water is going to seep through. So very quality of the Blackstone official grill cover. So this is the one we chose to go to, and one of the accessories, being that moisture is our enemy, and this thing, we don't have a cover here and we're letting it stay outside, I have chosen to get this silicone. Now this is not a official Blackstone silicone mat cover. It's an off-brand, and really it's kind of annoying when it goes over this, but you know, anything that's going to help me protect this from getting moisture all over it is what I try to do. So we're going to set this to the side. So some of the things that I've purchased besides that cover, you know, obviously when you first get it, the first thing you need to do is watch a professional and let them talk to you how to season the griddle up here. So with the bundle, they gave us the Blackstone seasoning, which I'm going to grab real fast. So with the accessory kit, I don't have everything out here, but this is what I was speaking of, the griddle seasoning and cast iron conditioner. Now, if you get a griddle with the accessories and the bundle, you will get this with it. And I also did see this in Lowe's. So if you happen to want to run out and get some more in person, Lowe's did carry this, at least my local Lowe's here in Central North Carolina. But please don't quote me. Again, I would ask you to go to a professional, go to the Blackstone's YouTube site to get professional advice on how to do this. But basically, when you first buy this thing, my first understanding was, let's cook on it. Well, that's not how you treat a cast iron griddle. We need to season this thing first. So obviously we washed it off the first time. They said, let's do soap and water, wash it. So you wash it, you get it completely dry. Then you're gonna take a tablespoon of your conditioner here. You're gonna heat it up. You're gonna turn on your propane, turn it on high. And as soon as you do that, now you're gonna start seasoning it. And you're gonna put this on top with 1 teaspoon. You're gonna take your tongs, which actually came in my accessory kit here, and with some paper towels, you're just gonna move that back and forth and get that seasoning all over, everywhere of the cast iron. I mean, the outsides, the back, everything. You're gonna season that whole thing. You're gonna leave it on high, and then you're gonna get a deep smoke to come off the cast iron. And so the videos will tell you, you need to do this about 6 or 7 times, which takes 1.5 hours to 2 hours. You wanna do it at least 5, even more. And as you cook more on it, it should season over time. But the purpose is you really wanna lock that in so that it is seasoned and prepared properly. So after the smoke dies down, you go again, boom, we put some more seasoning on top, and you're going over it again, wait for the smoke to clear, close it, let it burn off, open it up, and you're repeating that pattern. And then lastly, once you get it done, then you're putting some oil on top of it to get it prepared for your next cook. So we bought some olive oil here, and basically after every cook, you're scraping this thing, you're putting down olive oil, and same thing with the tongs, like the seasoning, you're just spreading that oil so the next time you're ready to turn on and cook. Now again, I'm gonna repeat this multiple times. I am not a professional, I am still learning. So please, if I do something out of order that you would do, please let me know in the comments below. But over here with our accessories, I don't have them all out here, but some of the tools it gives you is obviously one of the scrapers for scraping the griddle. So that is one of the things it gives you right here. Then of course you get 2 of the, what I call the conky things, but really it's just like a burger patty flipper. So I'm not sure of the actual name of it, but you get 2 of these. You get some tongs that comes with the bundle pack. And so use these quite often, especially when you're applying the oil. I use them almost every single time I've cooked. I did purchase on Amazon some extra Blackstone cup liners. In the back, let me move you guys a little bit to show you some more of this. I apologize, but in the back, obviously, of the Blackstone, the grease and everything, you know, you would take your scraper at the end of it if you're doing something super greasy, and you're pushing that towards this V shape right here. And so you can see back in the hole, hopefully, maybe back this way, that there's a little liner, which if we come back around here, you can see there is the liner and the holder there that catches all of that, and you just dump those out super easy. So this is some of the accessories, including the seasoner. There's some things I didn't bring out. They give you these little bottles. Here's the water for when we're putting this down with high heat, and then a bottle for our oil right here, which we generously put on and apply. Some of the other things I purchased that I saw people said were very helpful were these wind guards. So here on the side, you can see these. These are just magnets that I'm not going to take them off because I may not get it back on, but basically they just stick underneath of the griddle right here, and it's supposed to deflect some of the wind. It's for this side. I think this side had one right here. So if you just you can kind of see how that, you can kind of see how that's just sticking up there metallic wise to keep the burner in the middle from the wind constantly. And then you got 2 that go back here, one right here, one right here, which these guys right here, which could come off, and then another wind guard right here. So those, I'm not sure the price, but obviously if it's sitting out here on the back porch, we want to make sure that the wind is not going to constantly be fighting against the flame. So it can increase the heat and the temperature on it. So that's some of the accessories I've put on. Really, one of the main things that I like, including the little silicone guy we were talking about previously. So let me put you guys back on the tripod here. So that's kind of the overview of it. With this one, again, this is the 36-inch. So on the side over here, if you push these 2 knobs down, you have an extending tabletop right here, which is really handy and quite often use it. So you can set things to the side here. Your tools, you can't see it from your angle, but over on this side and the other side, you do have these hooks. So you can take your tools, these are supposed to line up, and you basically can have your tools hanging on the side. And underneath, which you guys probably can't see, but take my word for it, there's a little rack that if you pull it out, gives you your paper towels. Hopefully you can see that. And when you don't need them, you just fold that in, and you can always have your paper towels there. So that is pretty handy when you are cooking. There's your roll of paper towels. So yeah, I've been pleased with it so far. What we're going to do is fire it up. I'm going to go ahead and turn on our propane. And so reach down under here and slowly turn this bad boy on. And also it does have this handy little area where they give you, here's one of the accessories here. I don't like this thing. It's almost like it emits hair all over the griddle. I haven't been too impressed with this accessory, but they do give you like 2 of these, but you can see right there, it's not really, we tried it once and it's like it left hairs everywhere. Not real impressed with that. Maybe I'm using it wrong. Please let me know in the comments. So now that we've turned on, all we're going to do, you do have to put in a AA, I believe it's a AA in the igniter here. So you're just going to hold that down and then turn on your left burner. And there we go, it is lit. So I'm only cooking hot dogs. I'm just gonna turn on 2 of them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put them on. I don't like to always go high. I don't know, maybe that's me, I'm weird. But I'm gonna go just a little bit under high. And you can see in here, I don't know if I can actually get the camera to show you guys, but there's a little window where you can see the flame. Hopefully you can see that right there. So you can see flame number 2, and there you can see, hopefully, trying to see if you can see flame number 1. Maybe, maybe not. Not sure. But we'll leave these 2 guys on. And so you can already feel the heat coming off of it a little bit. So I'm going to close it. And I'm going to go inside, try to just grab some hot dogs, which is pretty basic and simple and safe for me to do for a YouTube video. So let me grab those and we'll be right back. All right, so hopefully you guys can see me with this wide lens of the GoPro here, but we've got our hot dogs. I am going with North Carolinians, please don't come and stone me, but we're going with ballpark beef, Angus beef Franks. They are not red hot dogs. I'm sorry, I like red hot dogs. I like both. I don't discriminate, man. I like hot dogs. I enjoy a good American hot dog. But we're going with ballparks today, so please, if you like red hot dogs and you're totally against the brown hot dogs, I apologize, and the beef ones. We got our plate over here. We got our oil. Really, this is simple. This is the first time I've ever made hot dogs on it. So feels pretty warm. We could probably throw them on now, but really, you know, obviously when we're cooking steak, we're wanting that good sear on it. We're turning that sucker to full blast. And when you pop them steaks on, man, and you hear that, it is awesome. The steaks have been unbelievably good. We've really enjoyed the New York strips, the ribeyes we've cooked on this. And now you can finally see a little bit of the oil we put on the last time we cooked on it. You see some of that oil smoking, which gives us a sense that we're warm now. So I'm only cooking 3. I'm going to probably eat 2 hot dogs. My daughter's not big on hot dogs. One of them has to go early, so I'll throw one on there. And if you haven't, the last time you cooked, oiled it up, obviously you want to put some oil on there, some olive oil. So I'll cook 4. My daughter said she would eat one later after church, so we'll put 4 on here. And there we go. So not the most exciting cook, but we'll just set those there and obviously flip them every now and then, turn them. Hot dogs are fairly simple to cook on the griddle, but maybe we'll do another one if you guys are interested in it and talk about lawn care stuff. But as I mentioned, my favorite so far is breakfast. I love eggs on this thing. We've yet to try the pancakes yet, but that's coming. It's hard to mess up dogs, right? It's hard to mess them up. But I think we got plenty of heat. Turn it down a little bit, but we'll do a little hot dog view, but there we go. So nice little hot dogs. Anybody hungry looking at these ballpark hot dogs? Do a little flyover here. So they're looking pretty good, not too much longer, and they're ready to come off this thing. So we got a little plate over here. All right, guys, so obviously hot dogs are pretty simple to cook on a grill or even in the house. So we're done with these. I'm gonna go ahead and set those to the side. So we can just pick those up with a fork or something. So now this is where you want to go ahead and leave your griddle. I'm going to go ahead and turn the temperature up. We didn't really touch this side, but I'm going to go ahead and oil the whole thing again, and I like to just be sure. So I like to get my scraper wherever I put it over here. There it is. So I like to get my scraper, and you're just going to scrape some of those oils or juices. And obviously, if you've got a lot of debris or something on there, we didn't really do anything, but you want to make sure you get hot dog off. And hopefully I can take you guys in just a little bit here to show you this. Not so sure how well you can see this, but there's a little bit of stuff from the hot dogs. So just making sure I'm hitting that, and sorry for the noise. But you want to scrape that off. And obviously you're getting some black over here. You want to scrape that good. And when you have something like, egg or sausage, and you're trying to scrape that all the way over into our dump area over here. So once we have scraped our griddle, you got most of the debris and stuff done. Next, what I like to do is what I've seen others on YouTube do, and that's where I got most of my direction. But we're just going to go ahead and put water on it. We really want to scrape that off yet again. Talked about how, obviously, just want to make sure that's good. Just scrape all that and make sure we get that off. There we go. Little humps there. So anything you have left over, we're obviously dumping over here in our drop over here. I don't know the technical term, so please forgive me. There we go. So pretty clean there. And then once we have that clean, guys, what I like to come in next is go ahead and we're going to oil it again for the next go around. So before we do that, one of the things that I saw that they recommend is let's go ahead and make sure we get all of that water off. So we take these Scott's shop towels and take your, and I'm going to put this down, go ahead and cut it off. So now it is completely off, and we're just going to go ahead and just wipe this down now and make sure we get, any of that water. We don't want any remaining. So you just want to do a little wipe of the area that you were just cooking on, just to double check. And obviously I didn't use the second one, but I'm still wiping that as well, because we're going to re-oil this thing so that next time we come out, we can do exactly like what we just did, which is to just go ahead and fire it up and start cooking. So let's do it. So once we've gotten all the excess water and all of that out of the way, looks a little something like that, then we're going to come back with our olive oil here, or maybe it's avocado oil. I think I've got olive oil. So we're just going to generously put that down here. We're going to do the second one as well. There we go. And we're getting ready for the next cook, which could be a steak or something of that nature. So we're going to hold the tongs and the paper towel like this, and we're just going to glide the oil around all over. Now make sure you use the tongs. I tried to be a tough guy the other day and do this, and I burned my hand and that stuff splashed up and it was terrible. So you're just going to guide this around all over. And obviously we are trying to, this is what helps also to prevent, if water does get in here, it prevents rust. So just guide that all around, all in the nooks and the corners. And you can go over to the other side, just in case my wife missed it last time, I'm not sure. But you just want a good thin layer from what I've read and understand and listened to. You don't want it caked up all over the place, so you don't want big gooping piles of oil. You just want a thin layer. And so that's what we're trying to do here. The other side should still be good from last time. And so we're just moving this bad boy side to side as we've got it off. And now we're ready to cook next time. We can just come out here, and now we're going to put it back together. We're going to put our orange silicone top back on once it cools down. And then we're going to close it, turn off our propane, obviously. Let me go ahead and do that. And now we're just going to go ahead and close it and let it cool down. So that's pretty much it. Let's enjoy a hot dog. All right, so now it's time that really matters. We've got our hot dog here. We got some mustard. We got some ketchup. Let's see if we did anything right here. think we need to go in one more time. Not the most quality. We went El Cheapo bread. So not the best quality bread, but that ballpark flavor, man, it's really good. So there you have it, guys. Pretty good hot dog. Hard to mess up a hot dog, but there is my 36-inch Blackstone Griddle. But love it so far. You can cook everything on these things. Things I've not even begun to touch the surface of cooking on. We've enjoyed the steaks very much. The chicken, oh my goodness, is so juicy and tender, and my wife loves it for chicken. She does chicken breast, cuts it up, puts it in her salad, loves it. The steak is phenomenal. The eggs, the bacon, the sausage we've done is the breakfast has been my absolute favorite. And we've yet to go beyond that, really, besides hot dogs for the first time, which is hard to screw up. But yeah, I mean, as long to my understanding and everything that I understand, as long as we keep oil in it, as long as we keep moisture off of it, we keep it covered, and we keep doing these steps, I don't see what the big deal is, Blackstone. I love it, and I think it's an awesome option. So if you're interested, check out the description below. Hopefully this is giving you a little bit of information from just a rookie, newbie lawn care guy on my first impressions having this thing for a month. I'm highly impressed. I believe we'll continue to use it for dinner, and I'm gonna go enjoy some hot dogs. So God bless you guys. Have a great day.